This is all of our boot accessories that we've slowly developed over the last 4 years as we've done more and more boot reviews and realized how many things are missing in the market. So be sure to check out all these below. They make great gifts, self-gifts, and it's a huge way that you can help support the channel. So check them out below. Special unboxing today. Got a cool one because I'm trying to think of what's in the thumbnail so I don't spoil too much. But a little choose your own adventure in the ND boot world. Because, you know, we've been working with Nix for what, like 6 years now? I'm gonna go grab one of the boots real quick. You know, because the very first collaboration we did with Nix was the ND one, and you guys have heard me tell the story 1,000 times, so I'm not gonna go into it again. But it was our attempt at making the most indestructible boot that money could buy that's still wearable. You could still wear as a casual enough boot, wear it around, and it just turned out so freaking good. Brown wax flesh, 1964 lineman patch. Everyone hated it initially because it was two-tone, you know, and then we went all the way through the ND2, ND3, which is an evolved version of the ND1. It ended up at the ND5. And I just saw a few people are starting to get these in now, which is really fun. You know, how many more iterations of the ND series can we do? You know, I think we tried just about everything that I could think of, at least through the lens of doing it every single year. Because it's a lot of work for Nix to whip out a brand new style of over-the-top boot every single year and then manufacture it. And so 5 years to me was like, okay, that's a good end cap. We still might do some crazy stuff in the future. Maybe there's an ND6 in the future, but we were just thinking when Shyler was in town, if you haven't seen those interviews, we'll put the links to those below because we did a quick little interview here and it was super fun. And we're like, what do we do? You know, like how do we keep the enthusiasm alive? How do we keep this train rolling? How do we keep people happy? How do we keep pushing the limits? Like how do we do this in a new way? Because that's what's worked for us, is just taking things to the most extreme and just pushing the limits every time. And that's when we came up with the idea of like, maybe what we do is we open up the collaborations every once in a while to full customization, because there's a lot of people out there that first of all missed the ND5. It was a pretty quick launch and a lot of people are bummed they missed out on the ND5 launch. And there's a lot of people that wish they got the ND3. And so you could literally go in and build your own ND3 boot to the exact specs that you missed, or you open it up to full customization and just let people go wild. Because you want to keep collaborations exclusive and small for the manufacturer, but also for the scope of the project. You don't want to allow a lot of customization. But now this project has gone, you know, this was designed like 3 years ago. We've sold a bunch of them and we started iterating off. So now it's a cool opportunity to open it up to you guys for your creative imaginings of this kind of boot. What colorways are you gonna do? How's it all gonna work? And I'm curious to see what comes out, because I guess that's what I'm talking about, right? Is we're taking the ND3 and opening up to full customization, which is really cool because they're really big pain in the butt to make. And so it's really a huge shout out to Nix for being willing to do full customization on this big and chunky and this over the top of a lace toe boot with a lineman patch, 8 inches tall. And so as far as I know, I don't know the full details. It's happening pretty quick. It launches for full customization this Thursday. So you want to make sure that you are on the limited edition email list. You want to make sure you have all your information and that you like basically have your whole boot spec'd out. Get your order in as fast as you can because that queue is going to stack up. And so if you're on that limited edition email list, if you're watching these videos and you're getting everything you need to know before that launch, you can get your order in as soon as possible so you don't have to wait an extra long time by being the 200th ND3 order compared to the 5th ND3 order. Pretty exciting. So, what do I have in this box? Well, like I said, it's pretty quick turnaround for Nix because, you know, it takes a long time to make these boots and this promotion happened pretty quick. So they just sent me a random makeup. I have no idea what it is, the leathers, the combinations of soles and all that stuff. I have no idea because we sent them over some ideas, and maybe I'll tell you my ideas for colorways after we show you this boot, just to give you some ideas. The initial idea was to have a few of them made up and then show you guys what's possible. We just ran out of time. It's been really busy and they're prioritizing your guys' orders, obviously, you know, trying to get you guys all of the previous boots that you've ordered. And so maybe over time, we'll do some unboxing of some of your guys' makeups. You know, we did this with Jim Green where they've got a custom builder on their site, and every once in a while, Gareth will ship us the boots, we'll unbox them to show you guys what people are making, and then we ship them out to the customer. It's a little bit of a pain, it adds an extra week on top of your delivery, but you also get your boots highlighted. So if that's something you're interested in and you're excited to see potentially your boots on the channel, let me know, because that'd be a cool way to highlight all the different variations that Nix is popping out and the different designs you guys came up with. But until then, let's open up this little package that I already opened up. Handwritten letter, my favorite. Hey Rose Anvil, thanks for checking out the sardine. We have spent years getting this just right and hope you enjoy it. I also included our Atlas pry bar as well. We are realizing a few crazy new We are releasing a few crazy new knives, so stay tuned. Thanks, Riley and Danny. From, I should have showed their email address. That's probably their regular email address, I don't know. But from Riley and Danny. So, what is this? A sardine can. Jimmytronics. And a little pry bar. So what are these things? What are these? Pry bar. How does this open? It's like a 3D printed packaging. That's cool. I didn't know you could have 3D printed packaging. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. Oh, that made me go deaf. Whoa. What the heck's a pry bar? Look at that. It's got a little friction fit belt loop thing. Got a little screw in there. Pry bar for like opening packages. It's basically like a little mini knife. It's a screwdriver. I just never actually had one. Put it on your keychain. You know, I'm not actually 100% sure what all the pry bar features are. That's probably a bottle opener right there. That's cool. Now to the main event. The Jimmytronics sardine. The sardine. Titanium nano knife. Uses X-Acto number 11 craft blades. Body, grade 5 titanium. Buttons, grade 5 titanium. Extension, 304 stainless. X-Acto blades, 1075 stainless. Torque screws, 18.8 stainless. Torque wrench, S2 tool steel. Jimmytronics.com for instructions for your sardines. That's such funny packaging. I thought it was actual sardines. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I could eat some sardines on camera. So let's do it. Let's do the whole packaging. Dang, that is cool packaging. That is so sick. Little kipper snacks. Wow, look at that little thing. That's tiny. That's just itty bitty. Look how tiny that little thing is. It's got a little, don't mind my fingers making this unboxing not as cool as it could be. So you just slide that up and it drops into place, looks like. See, it's like almost a little button. You slide it forward, drops into place. It's pretty slick. The only thing I get worried about with these little teeny ones is if I put these in my pocket, is it gonna slowly jab my right testicle and get it facing the right direction? I wish it locked out a little bit more. I just get nervous. I've never had one open up on me, but I just get nervous still. That's cool. Comes with a little keychain ring, split ring. Comes with your torque wrench. Comes with extra X-Acto blade. That's pretty slick. I like it. I love the packaging too. Super simple. It's very simple mechanism. Really smart. Yeah, I like it. That's cool. So shout out to Jimmytronics. A little pry bar. So if you want these, check these out below. I love getting random stuff like this in the mail. Then I just could play with it. You know, like, I don't know what a pry bar is for, but I'm gonna find out. These are micro adjust belts, handmade right here in the shop by us. Premium leather, solid brass hardware, and the rounded buckle so it doesn't dig into your gut all day. But what is micro adjust? Well, the one problem everyone always has with their belts is one hole's too tight, one's too loose. These little adjustments right here allow you to adjust your belt by 1/2 inch increments so it fits you exactly how you want for the lifetime of the belt. So check them out below. Okay, now to the main event with my Jimmy knife. My sardine, the sardine. Doesn't like to stay out. You have to kind of reinforce it so it stays out. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see what Nix came up with for their version of the ND3. Dang! The teal lineman patch. That's what I'm talking about. Dang, that's pretty slick. I like that. I like that. Full bison leather all the way. You've got the black bison on the upper. Dang, that's a slick looking boot. They tied them super tight. They were doing footage of them for the campaign. I didn't peek them this time. I may have seen a couple images on computers, but I gotta do that. It looks terrible with the, it looks like those are skinnier than my legs. Whichever editor. Gotta give a manly ankle look. That's tiny little dainty lad's ankles. That's more like it. Give it some proportion. There we go. Look at that. I actually really like this completely blacked out on this side. That looks super clean. I'd love to see a blacked out version. And then you got that big pop of color with the teal right there. Still in a bison leather. And it's on Munson Last. Is it my size though? I don't know. It looks like it's my size. Veg tan insole, leather midsole, rubber midsole. I think it's a veg tan insole. Yep, veg tan in there. That's pretty good. I actually like it with the brass eyelets too. You know, we've done plenty of blacked out boots, but I actually really like, I'd love a pair of these fully blacked out. But just that little pop of color. Yeah. And I actually really like this sole combination. It's not as heritage, but it performs really, really well. That's why I like the new tankers so much. It's that combination sole with the foam midsole giving you some actual squish. They look so good. Like this side of the boot is so classy, and then you get like the extreme pop and like chunkiness on this side. All right, let's lace them up. I'm wearing shorts today. Teal has always been one of my favorite colors too. Like when I was a kid, teal was my favorite color. Because my dad's trucking company, they use teal in their branding and stuff. Okay, let's try them on. ND3s in bison. I couldn't show you what I was wearing. Those are off limits for the time being. You'll see them eventually. Oh my gosh, can hardly get in there. At least the toes. That's what I'm talking about. Matches my teal shorts. It is crazy how wide that platform is. Like this stitching platform. With that double row stitching, these end up being super, super wide. So if that's not your favorite look, I'm pretty sure NIX is allowing us to customize basically every aspect of the shoe or the boot. I don't actually know for sure because we're recording this before it launches and we haven't got all the details figured out, but the details will be on the site. So I'm pretty sure you could customize every aspect of these. So cool. So that's pretty much it. Check out the Sardine from Jimmytronics. Get ready to customize for the first time ever. You can actually customize one of our collaborations with the ND3 being probably the most, I think we probably sold the most ND3s out of any of the ND series. I think the ND1 is probably still the most popular, but the ND3, I think we've sold the most of. And you can see how different they look from like the OG to the new. Oh, I was gonna tell you the other versions I was gonna do. Sorry, forgot. That looked cool, except for whoever tied these made that too small. Look a little silly. My ideas were, oh, turquoise and black was one of my ideas. I think that they already had these in production when I told them that idea though, so I'm not gonna claim it. I was thinking it'd be cool to see a reverse OG colorway. So brown wax flesh here and then 1964 everywhere else. And then I also thought it'd be cool to see the Palouse bullhide colorway. I really like the two-tone Palouses they do with the brown. So I'd love to see someone do those. That'd be cool. So get them before they're gone. Get them before, what am I trying to say? So order as soon as you can, because the sooner you order, the faster you get your pair, the more towards the front of the line you're gonna be, the longer you wait. So start thinking about what you want, how you want it to look, different colors, all the different details. So get it all figured out now, get your sizing figured out, put sizing guide below, so you can get that order in as soon as possible so that you're not waiting an extended period of time if you wait an extra week or so. Shout out to NIX for being willing to do this for the last 6 years, making the most ridiculous boots of all time. And shout out to you guys for supporting these, because the only reason we're doing this is because there's enough support and enough desire for this to be a more mainstay product for NIX that they're willing to actually start doing it. So check them out below, and thank you guys for all your support. See ya.